All right, y'all. Let's get to this Yu-Gi-Oh content. Except.
All right, let's get this deck profile started. Started off, we got 3 Maiden of White. Triple Maiden of White. This card is your bread and butter of the deck. You know what I'm saying? It's your starter. It's a 1-card combo. It places from the deck. It doesn't add, so it's not really ashable. This card is just epic. Best card in the deck by far. Then we got Triple Sage. You know, another starter for our deck. This card is also pretty broken, as it's, its first effect is, it's a soft once per turn. So that's pretty useful. When this card's normal summon, add 1 level 1 light tuner from your deck to your hand. If you play this card well, and you play your hand pretty well, you could potentially have like 3 Veilers in your hand at a time. If you play it well, you know what I'm saying? Then we got Triple Neo Kaiser Seahorse. This card is a dope extender, bro. Like, if you control the blue eyes, you can special summon this card from your hand. Target 1 light tuner you control. Increase or decrease its level by 1. This card is very useful for getting to your, your level 10 synchro monsters, maybe your level 11s if you have them. If you set your board up right, it's a great extender for the deck. And you can also summon it, link it off, as it is a level 4 dragon. Then next we have Dictator of D. We're gonna triple of those. Now the only reason I run triple of these is because, one, it is an extender. You could just send the blue eyes from your hand deck to the graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. So it's like, that's a free body. And plus you get your blue eyes in the graveyard, which is actually pretty good. I want my blue eyes in the graveyard just due to the fact that I run 2 of the traps that pop. And if I have, the more blue eyes I have in my hand or graveyard, the more pops that I get. So that's the reason I run this card. It's very good with my strategy, I would say. And so is Whitestone of Legend. I run triple Whitestone of Legend. This card's pretty damn good. Now, you summon it, link it off, get its effect. It's non-once per turn. You can use its effect multiple times. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Then, of course, triple blue eyes. The heart of the cards, the heart of the deck, man. You can't run this deck without 3 blue eyes white dragon. I'm not even gonna lie to you. At least the pure version. Now, if you're gonna run Primite, then that might be a different story, but definitely try to run 3. Then we got double blue eyes Jet Dragon. This card is very good for recursion in the grind game. Now, this says other cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So this protects your True Light. You honestly, you want to have this card on the field by the time your opponent is going, I would say. Especially if you're not, like I said, if you're not running any extra cards other than pure, this card definitely helps protect you from destruction of your True Light or destruction of any of your cards. All right, then I do run a small Bestial package. I traded for these, but you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is as budget as it's gonna get for me. I run these 3. I am experimenting with Baldrake, so that's another card in here, but I might take it out, so I'm not too sure about that. All right, that's it for the monsters. Let's get on with our spells and traps. For the spells and traps, we got 3 wishes, triple wishes, man. This card is so broken, bro. This card is gonna get ashed 9 times out of 10. If you're playing this deck, this card is gonna get ashed. So definitely know how to play around ash when you play this card. Practice your ins and outs of your deck and your strategy and know what you want to go for. Then we play triple Roar. Roar is a good ass card, man. Honestly, I might cut it to 2, but because I have such a high deck count, I keep it at 3. And I am going to run Bingo Machine Go in my next build. So when I get Bingo Machine Go, I will update you guys. That's for sure. Definitely run 3 of these. 1 Mausoleum of Whites. And I run triple Ultimate Fusion just so I can get around Veiler and Imperm more. Like if I'm going first, my fusions don't really hit the board like that, but these are great at dodging Veilers and Imperms. I'll say that much. Then we got our traps. We got 1 True Light. True Light is just an OG ass card Your opponent cannot target Blue Eyes White Dragon in your monster zone with card effects. If this card is sent from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard, destroy all monsters you control. You can only use the effects of True Light once per turn. You can only use the following effects of True Light once per turn. Sorry. You can activate one of these effects. Special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or graveyard. Set one spell trap from your deck that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon. I think this is pretty self-explanatory, as we're always going to go for wishes, just for the combo. Like, you set wishes, and if this goes through, if this is not Ash, you could basically win the game. You basically win the game. If that doesn't get Ash, there are ways you could play through Nib. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to worry about something like that. You can build your board without being scared of Nib, because in a way you can play through your opponent's turn as well. Then I play the one Ultimate Creature of Destruction. This card is pretty slept on. I don't see a lot of people play this card, and I might play it. I might play more of this card. I just don't know yet. Target one Blue Eyes you control this turn. That face-up monster is unaffected by card effects except its own. It cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, any monster it battles is destroyed at the end of the damage step. While this card is in your graveyard, if you normal or special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can set this card but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use the effect of Ultimate Creature of Destruction once per turn. Pretty broken card. Then, last but not least for the traps, Majesty of White Dragons. You can show up to 3 of the Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand, face-up monster zone, and or graveyard, then destroy an equal number of cards your opponent controls. This is a big part of my strategy because I play Thrust as well, and if I can't get to this card on my own through combo, I will thrust it out, or I'll dig for it. I'm not gonna lie to you. This card is very broken, bro. Very broken. Then we got 2 Thrusts going on to our non-engine. We got 2 Thrust, 1 TTT. This card has come up a lot. It's glued to my hand. I'm not letting it go. I'm not letting it go. Then I play 1 Trade-In. I play the 1 Pot of Prosperity just to help me dig more into my deck. I'm not playing Bingo Machine Go yet, so this has definitely been a big help to get extenders. I play 1 for 1. This has also helped as well. You know, you have a lot of level 1s in the deck. You know what I'm saying? Then we also play 1 Called By. Self-explanatory. Need that. Need that. Don't even worry about it. Then we got our hand traps. Let's get our hand traps together. I play triple Super Poly. The reason I play triple Super Poly is just because a lot of people are playing dragon-based decks right now. It's not even just Blue Eyes. Like, there's a lot of dragons floating around there. But, you know, Blue Eyes is popular right now, so why not? Like, Super Poly would just only benefit me more if I'm playing another Blue Eyes player. 3 Nib. Oh, sorry. Can't go wrong with 3 Nib. All right. Then we got 3 Infinite Impermanence. And these came with the deck, bro. All these staples came with the deck. Except for the Super Polys. Those are mine. But the Nibs, the Ash, the Imperm, man. This deck is crazy. 3 Ash. Like, bro, I remember a long time ago, I couldn't even afford this card, bro. This card was like $80, bro. The only one, you know, the only print of it that was out at the time, I guess. And then we got Triple Effect Veiler to finish it off. This card is also so broken in its deck, bro. You can use this card to pop off of your combo as well. You know, it's a spellcaster. You can link it off and use your link monster. Yeah, man. And that's it for the hand traps. For extra deck monsters, we run 1 Neo, run Blue Eyes Tyrant. These cards are pretty good. There's some other fusion cards that involve Blue Eyes and maybe some Dark Magician, Blue Eyes, you know, hybrid fusion monsters that I kind of want to try. But these guys are pretty good. This one, Tyrant, comes up in the grind game sometimes, you know, it's very useful during battle. I will say that much because let's say if you're going second, this card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. Like, that's just so broken, bro. It's already at 3,400, you know what I'm saying? And Neo, he's pretty good. That's the new one. And this one says, at the end of the damage step, if this fusion summon card attacked, and this is the only face-up card you control, you can send one Blue Eyes Fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, and he could attack again in a row. So these guys are big bodies, and they can attack multiple times, essentially. And they're pretty good for going second. I usually don't summon them out going first because this is a synchro-heavy base deck. Then we got Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Double. I love this card. Neither player can special summon 2 or more monsters at the same time. Once per turn, when an effect or card in the graveyard is activated, quick effect, you can negate the activation. And that's just pretty broken itself. You know what I'm saying? And another quick effect, so it has 2 quick effects. 2. You contribute this synchro summon card to special summon 1 light dragon synchro monster from your extra deck in defense position. Notice it says summon 1 light dragon synchro monster. That gives you a lot of options. You know what I'm saying? If you are, doing a little bit more than pure, especially when it comes to the extra deck, you have a lot of options when it comes to this card. Then I play 1 Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. This card is pretty tough. This is the brand new synchro card. Your opponent cannot banish cards from the graveyard. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. When a card or effect is activated on the field, quick effect negate the activation. So this is an Omni Negate. And if you do, this card gains 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 light dragon monster from your graveyard, except Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. Ooh, that's so tough, man. That's so tough. Now, our other synchro monsters that we run in this deck, I run 1 Azure. If this card is special summoned, until the end of the next turn, neither player can target dragon monsters you currently control with card effects. Also, they cannot be destroyed by card effects. That's just broken, bro. We got Crimson Dragon. That's not really, but budget. That's not really pure, but it's something that I had and add a little spice into the deck. Something I traded for. I traded with a good friend of mine. 1 Lightstorm Dragon. This card's pretty good for popping back row, handling back row decks. It's another level 9 as well. And then I run 1 Bestial Disposer. He's come up maybe once or twice, but he's pretty good, especially if I side in Branded Regained. I don't have him in my side right now, but Branded Regained is pretty good in this deck as well. Then the 1 Cosmic Blazar Dragon. Love this card. Omni Negate. You can get this card off of Crimson. It's just so solid, bro. It's so solid in this deck. I have no complaints when it comes to this card. It's come up almost every single time I play. Then we got the 1 Indigo Eyes Silver Dragon. Now, this card is slept on. A lot of people need to start using this card in their strategies more, bro. If this card is XYZ summoned, you can negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent controls. You can detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 normal monster in your graveyard or banishment, special summon it, and if you do, it gains 1,000 attack. So the way that you can set up your Blue Eyes with this card to have 4,000 attack as well, with this card having 4,000 attack, that's just big bodies all over the board, man. Like, there's not much they can do. Like, in terms of, having a good defense system with these big bodies. Like, we're talking 4,000, 4,500. It's crazy, man. And its effects are just wild. Like, you can negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls. Not just monsters. We're talking spells, traps as well. That's just insane. Insane to me. And then I run 2 Seals. Pretty good card. I didn't think I would ever use this card. Like, it's been sitting in my binder forever, but I'm glad I get to use it for something. You know what I'm saying? And then 2 of the new Link monsters, Spirit with the Eyes of Blue. You cannot special summon except dragon monsters. You can only use each of the following effects of Spirit with the Eyes of Blue once per turn. If this card is Link summoned, you can take 1 Mausoleum of White from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. You could tribute this card, special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from your hand or graveyard. But if you special summon an effect monster from your graveyard, by this effect, it cannot attack and its effects are negated. This card is so good, I might run 3. I might run 3, bro. Because I found myself in situations where I've been met with a lot of hand traps. I summoned both of these guys linked into Hierarchic Seal, and that's the only card I had on the field and was still able to come up with the win. and follow up just by having hand traps, running hella hand traps, and just having, you know, something in the graveyard. Like, it's pretty insane. I'll have to show you guys some combos. If you're interested in that, I can show you guys some combos with this deck. I don't really brick. For the side deck, we got 3D Barrier. 3D Barrier. This is for my Rizio players. You know, I hate those XZ monsters, bro. I just hate them. I hate them. Fantastical Dragon, Phantasma. This card is really good in any deck strategy that has dragons. You know, I like this card in Branded as well. I main this card in Branded, and it's seen a lot of play, bro. Like, you plus off this card, like, plus 2 cards. It's free. And it protects your other dragon cards as well. Like, quick effect. You could discard 1 card and negate the activation of a card or effect that targets a monster you control. Like, if a card or effect targets a monster you control, boom, discard 1 card, negate the activation if you do destroy it. Like, that's just broken to me. I don't know why people aren't running this card more, but yeah. Then we got Triple Droll. Droll definitely sees some play, especially in the mirror match, bro. Like, I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with all the Primite stuff, bro. Like, this card definitely helps me a lot. We got 1 Burst Stream of Destruction. I run it, yes I do, and I love it. I also run 3 Destined Rivals. I do side this card in going first. Like, this is basically like running Harpy's Feather Storm for for Flu Wanderers. If you control Blue Eyes White Dragon, negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls until the end of this turn. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Then we got double Lightning Storms, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, just to deal with our back row threats. And that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. And you guys stay tuned for more. I'm definitely going to update this deck once I get my bingo machine goes. But if you guys want to see a combo with this deck, I definitely got you. Just comment down below, like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys.